On the 1st of June 2025, Ukraine's Security Service, SBU, executed Operation Spider's Web, a large-scale drone assault deep inside Russian territory that targeted the heart of Russia's strategic long-range aviation. Strategic bombers, long-range aircraft capable of delivering large payloads including cruise missiles and nuclear ordnance deep into enemy territory, are key to Moscow's power projection and deterrence. Russia fields several such platforms, notably the turboprop Tu-95MS Bear, the supersonic Tu-22M3 Backfire, and the swing-wing Tu-160 Blackjack. Collectively, these bombers form the core of Russia's nuclear and conventionally armed cruise missile fleet, with an estimated total of approximately 130-140 operational cruise missile-capable strategic bombers as of mid-2025. Operation Spider's Web struck 4 major Russian airbases, Belaya, Olenya, Dyagilevo, and Ivanovo-Severny, across 3 time zones, representing Ukraine's longest-range drone operation to date. By employing remotely operated FPV drones concealed in wooden sheds mounted on transport trucks, Ukrainian operatives were able to deploy 117 drones from within Russian territory without detection. At the moment of launch, the roofs of these mobile containers opened, releasing swarms of drones to engage parked aircraft on the apron, inflicting significant damage before the operators and support teams were exfiltrated safely. Initial unconfirmed assessments from Belaya and Olenya airbases report losses of at least 5 Tu-95MS bombers, 2 Tu-22M3 bombers, and 1 and 12 military transport aircraft. Damage assessments at other sites remain murky, pending comprehensive satellite imagery analysis, but visual evidence indicates widespread fires and intact aircraft struck by precision drone munitions. The SBU claims that overall, 34% of Russia's strategic cruise missile carriers at its main long-range aviation bases were hit in this operation, equating to roughly 44-48 aircraft out of an estimated fleet of 130-140. This proportion aligns with Ukraine's own calculations. If Russia fields approximately 50-60 Tu-95MS, of which 22-27 were active, with additional older variants in storage, fewer than 22-160S, and roughly 60 Tu-22M3S, including about 40 observed at Olenya, then a 34% strike rate implies roughly 17 22-95MS, 7 Tu-160, and 20 Tu-22M3 damaged or destroyed. The SBU further estimated that the cost of damage to Russia's strategic aviation reached approximately $7 billion, reflecting both the replacement value of the downed aircraft and repair costs for damaged airframes, with each Tu-95MS valued at over $200 million, each Tu-22M3 around $100, $120 million, and each Tu-160 exceeding $250 million. Even partial losses among these fleets impose a crippling financial blow on Moscow's long-range strike capabilities. Analysts note that losing even a handful of Tu-160SS, a fleet of fewer than 20 operational airframes, represents a severe strategic setback, given their unique high-speed, high-payload profile. Complicating diplomatic dynamics, U.S. President Donald Trump's administration was reportedly unaware of the planned attack. According to CBS News sources, neither the White House nor the National Security Council received prior notification of the operation, marking a rare instance in which Kyiv opted to withhold intelligence even from its most significant backer. This decision underscores Ukraine's desire to maintain full operational security and strategic surprise, particularly given reported frictions between Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky over military aid and peace negotiations. President Zelensky addressed the nation and international partners, describing Spider's Web as an absolutely brilliant result achieved solely by Ukraine, and emphasizing that the operation had been in planning for over 18 months. He revealed that 117 drones were used, and that Ukrainian operatives had worked autonomously across 3 different Russian regions, spanning Siberia to the Arctic Circle. The office coordinating the operation inside Russia was located adjacent to a Russian Federal Security Service, FSB headquarters, demonstrating audacious intelligence insertion. Zelensky confirmed that all Ukrainian agents and drone operators had been extracted safely before the assault commenced. Embedded within this high-stakes operation was a symbolic nod. On the 1st of June 2025, the attack coincided with what would have been the 64th birthday of Wagner Group co-founder Yevgeny Prigozhin. While not overtly linked, the timing amplifies psychological pressure on Russian security services, given Prigozhin's prominence before his death and the ongoing conflict between Kremlin-aligned mercenary factions and the Russian defense establishment. Russian authorities have acknowledged disrupted operations at multiple airbases and declared an emergency at Engels and Morozovsk bases. Moscow's defense ministry described the strikes as a terrorist act, but downplayed long-term damage, insisting air defenses repelled drones at certain locations and that any losses were limited. Nonetheless, independent satellite imagery analysts confirm extensive fires at Belaya and Olenya, with columns of smoke visible hours after the strikes, indicating severe structural and equipment losses. The broader implications of these strikes are profound. By degrading roughly 1/3 of Russia's long-range aviation, Ukraine not only blunts potential future missile salvos against Ukrainian cities, but also signals the evolving potency of asymmetric drone warfare. Military experts argue that, while expensive to develop, these FPV drones cost a fraction of the strategic bombers they destroyed, forcing Russia to reconsider dispersal, hardened shelters, and air defense allocations far from the front lines. Politically, the operation may stiffen Ukraine's hand in pending peace talks in Istanbul, where Kyiv has demanded recognition of its territorial integrity, unrestricted military support, and a clear timeline for Russian withdrawal, all conditions Russia has rebuffed. In sum, Operation Spider's Web represents a watershed in the Russo-Ukrainian war. Beyond the immediate tactical success of destroying valuable Russian bombers, the operation showcases Ukraine's growing capability to conduct complex long-range strikes within Russia's interior. As satellite imagery continues to surface, further losses may be confirmed, solidifying the SBU's claim of hitting over 40 strategic aircraft. For Moscow, the message is stark. Russia's once secure long-range assets can no longer operate with impunity, reshaping calculations on both sides of the conflict.